Imagine a map of the world in the year 1400. Europe sits at the edge of this map. Most of the world is unknown. Portugal, a small country on the western edge of Europe, dared to dream of exploring this vast unknown. Portugal had a strong desire to find new trade routes to the east. The east held the promise of spices, silks, and other valuable goods. But the journey by land was long and dangerous. The Portuguese believed that by sailing south along the coast of Africa, they could find a sea route to India. This belief spurred them to embark on a series of daring voyages that would change the course of history. At the forefront of Portugal's maritime ambitions was a remarkable man, Prince Henry the Navigator. Although he rarely sailed himself, Prince Henry was deeply passionate about exploration. He established a centre for naval studies in Sagres, Portugal. This centre brought together the best mapmakers, shipbuilders and sailors of the time. Prince Henry funded expeditions and encouraged his captains to push the boundaries of the known world. Under his guidance, Portuguese ships began a systematic exploration of the African coast. They sailed further south than any European before them. The early Portuguese voyages were fraught with challenges. Sailors feared the unknown, facing myths of sea monsters and boiling waters at the equator. Yet they persisted, driven by a thirst for discovery and the promise of riches. Step by step, the Portuguese navigators pushed further south. They established trading posts along the African coast. These posts became vital links in a growing trade network. Each voyage brought back new knowledge of the African coastline and the winds and currents of the Atlantic Ocean. This knowledge would prove invaluable for future expeditions. In 1497, Vasco da Gama embarked on a historic voyage. He sailed around the Cape of Good Hope, the southern tip of Africa. From there, he charted a course across the Indian Ocean. After a perilous journey of 10 months, da Gama reached Calicut, India. This achievement marked a turning point in history, establishing a direct sea route to the east and breaking the monopoly of Arab traders. Da Gama returned to Portugal laden with spices and riches, proving the viability of the sea route to the east and ushering in a new era of Portuguese power and wealth. Cabral's accidental discovery landing in Brazil. In 1500, Pedro Alvarez Cabral set sail for India, following da Gama's route. However, Cabral's voyage took an unexpected turn. He sailed further west than intended and made landfall on the coast of South America. This accidental discovery would have profound consequences. Cabral claimed the land for Portugal, and this land would eventually become the vast colony of Brazil. The discovery of Brazil added another jewel to the Portuguese crown and expanded their empire across the Atlantic. Technological advancements, navigating the globe. Portugal's rise to global power was fueled by technological innovation. Portuguese shipbuilders developed the caravel, a small, fast and highly maneuverable ship. The caravel's triangular lateen sails allowed it to sail effectively against the wind. In addition to the caravel, the Portuguese navigators relied on advances in navigational instruments. They used the astrolabe and the quadrant to determine their latitude by observing the stars. They also developed detailed charts and maps incorporating their new discoveries. The Treaty of Tordesillas, dividing the world. The Portuguese voyages of exploration sparked rivalries with other European powers, particularly Spain. To prevent conflict, Portugal and Spain signed the Treaty of Tordesillas in 1494. This treaty divided the newly discovered lands outside Europe between the two countries. It drew an imaginary line down the Atlantic Ocean. Lands east of the line would belong to Portugal, and lands west of the line would belong to Spain. The Treaty of Tordesillas had a lasting impact on the world map. It gave Portugal control of Brazil and its trade routes to the east. A legacy of spice routes and cultural exchange. Portugal's voyages of exploration had a profound impact on the world. They established new trade routes, connecting Europe to Asia and the Americas. These routes brought immense wealth to Portugal, making it a major player in the global spice trade. Beyond economics, the Portuguese encounters with new cultures led to a vibrant exchange of ideas, goods, and technologies. Portuguese language, architecture, and cuisine left their mark on many parts of the world. However, the Portuguese Empire also had a dark side. Their pursuit of wealth and power involved exploitation, slavery, and the displacement of indigenous populations. The enduring impact of a global empire. Portugal's rise to global power in the 15th and 16th centuries is a remarkable story of ambition, courage, and technological innovation. Driven by a desire to find a sea route to the east, Portuguese explorers ventured into the unknown, charting new territories and connecting continents. Their voyages had a profound and lasting impact on the world, shaping global trade, cultural exchange, and the political map. While the Portuguese Empire eventually declined, its legacy continues to resonate in the interconnected world we live in today.